Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Healthy Talks channel. I'm Emily, and I'm joined by Dr. Steven. Today, we're asking the question on everyone's mind. In a world that never stops, how do we actually stay hydrated when we're constantly on the go, and why does it matter more than we think?
It really is the fundamental question, isn't it?
Right.
And you're so right. It sounds incredibly simple. Just drink water.
Yeah, drink water, feel better.
But the reality is, most of us are. Well, we're doing it pretty inefficiently. We treat it like a chore, something to check off a list.
Right.
Not what it actually is, which is the fuel for the entire machinery of the body.
Exactly. I feel like I see two extremes these days. You have the people with those huge gallon-sized water jugs.
The ones with the time markers on the side.
Yes, like they're preparing to cross the Sahara. And then you have everyone else who seem to be running on, 3 espressos and a dream?
And maybe a sip of water from the water cooler, if they remember. And the funny thing is, neither one of those is actually the ideal way to go.
Okay, so we need to shift the model.
We have to.
Because I think most of us, myself included, kind of operate on what you might call the bucket model. I'm a bucket, I pour water in, I'm full. Simple.
And that's the big mistake. Look at all the research for this. That's not how it works at all.
So what's a better way to think about it?
Okay, so don't think of your body as a bucket. Think of it as a really complex irrigation system for a massive garden.
An irrigation system. I like that visual. So what are we watering in this garden?
The soil is all your cells and your tissues.
Right.
That fluid that surrounds every single cell.
Okay.
And when the water pressure, so your hydration level is just right, that soil is soft, it's nutrient-rich, it's perfect.
And the plants?
The plants are your organs,
Yeah.
especially the big ones. Your brain, your kidneys, your muscles, they're the high-maintenance plants in the garden.
So when I feel dehydrated, it's not just that I'm thirsty, it's my soil actually drying out.
Precisely. The water pressure drops and the soil cracks, just like in a real garden in a drought.
Yeah, the ground gets all hard and nothing can get in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in the body, that shows up as physical symptoms. You get a headache, you feel tired,
Yeah.
you can't focus.
That's my brain withering.
In a way, yeah. It's your brain withering because the irrigation lines are running dry. It's a bit alarming when you think of it that way.
It is. And the water, it's not just sitting there, is it? It's a delivery vehicle.
Oh, it's the entire highway system.
Mhm.
It carries nutrients, the fertilizer, let's say, to the cells.
Mm.
But, and this is just as important, it carries the waste out.
The weeds.
The weeds, the toxins. If you don't have enough water flowing, that stuff can't get flushed out through the kidneys or your bowel movements. It starts to build up.
Okay, so let's connect this to a real feeling. That 3 p.m. slump that just hits everybody.
Yes.
That moment where you feel like you could just put your head on your desk for 10 minutes.
There is a very, very good chance that's your garden wilting. We always blame it on, a sugar crash or needing more coffee.
Right.
But even just mild dehydration, and we're talking a tiny drop, like 1 or 2%, that directly impacts your mood and your ability to think clearly.
It's a check engine light. The pressure is too low.
The pressure is too low to support the plants. And it affects your blood, too, the viscosity.
It gets thicker.
It gets thicker. Think about the pump in that irrigation system. That's your heart. If the fluid it's trying to pump is thick, like sludge,
It has to work way harder.
so much harder. Your heart rate goes up, your energy goes down. You feel exhausted because your body is literally working overtime just to move fluid around.
Okay, so the system is failing. The natural response then is what I see on social media. Flood the system, grab that gallon jug. Is drinking until we're essentially a fish the only way?
Please, no. Don't become a fish. This is the biggest myth we need to bust, that more is always better idea.
The old 8 glasses of 8 ounces rule.
Or the gallon-a-day challenge. It's a massive oversimplification. There is no one-size-fits-all number. It doesn't exist.
But people want a number. We love a target. So if it's not a gallon, what is it?
Well, okay, if you look at the really broad data from, the big health organizations, they'll say the average intake is about 3.7 liters for men and 2.7 for women.
Whoa, hang on. 3.7 liters, that's almost exactly a gallon.
I know it sounds like a lot, but here's the part everyone misses in the headlines. That's total fluid intake. Meaning everything. Your water, sure, but also your coffee, your tea, milk, and this is a big one, the water that's inside the food you eat.
Ah, okay, that's a huge difference. So I don't need to stand there and chug 3 liters of plain water.
Not at all. In fact, a lot of the data suggests for a healthy person who eats pretty well, you might only need, say, 4 to 6 cups of actual drinking water to make up the difference.
The Goldilocks zone.
Exactly. Not too much, not too little.
Is there a way for me to figure out my personal number, though? Because 4 to 6 cups is a big range.
There is a little bit of math you can do for a baseline. It's a rule of thumb from sports medicine. You take your body weight in pounds
Okay, got it.
and multiply it by 2/3.
Weight times 2/3.
And that gives you a rough target in ounces. So for a 150-pound person, that's about 100 ounces of total fluid a day.
Mm.
But, and that's a starting point.
It changes.
It changes. If you work out, you need to add more. Something like 12 ounces for every 30 minutes of exercise where you're sweating.
That makes sense. The garden needs more water on a hot day. But you said not too much. Is it actually possible to drink too much water?
Absolutely. And that's my biggest worry with this gallon jug trend.
Wow.
If you drink a huge amount of water, especially really quickly, you can completely overwhelm your kidneys.
They have a speed limit.
They do. They can only process about 800 to 1,000 milliliters an hour. So roughly a quart.
So if I forget all day and then chug 1.5 liters to catch up.
You're creating a traffic jam, a bottleneck. And the excess water has to go somewhere. It ends up diluting the sodium in your blood.
That sounds bad.
It's a condition called hyponatremia, and it's very dangerous.
What actually happens?
Well, think back to high school biology. Osmosis. Water moves to where concentration is higher. If your blood is suddenly super dilute,
The water rushes into your cells.
exactly, to balance things out, and it makes the cells swell up.
So the soil is turning into a swamp.
That's it. You want moist soil, not a swamp. In a swamp, the plant roots rot. In the body, when your brain cells swell, there's nowhere for them to go inside your skull.
Okay, so balance is key. Moist soil, not a desert, not a swamp. Let's talk strategy. How do we actually do this in a busy day?
Right? Because knowing the number is one thing.
But actually doing it is another. I think most of us just, forget for 5 or 6 hours, realize we're thirsty, and then chug a whole bottle of water.
Which is the single worst way to water your garden.
Yeah.
Imagine taking a fire hose to a parched flower bed.
The water just hits the hard dirt and runs right off.
It doesn't soak in. It just pools and runs off.
Yeah.
And the same thing happens in your body. You chug a liter, your body senses a flood, it panics, and it just dumps it.
So you just end up running to the bathroom for the next hour.
And your cells, deep down, are still thirsty. All that effort was wasted.
So what's the better way? Let's talk about these hydration anchors.
Okay, so the very first anchor is simple. It happens the second you wake up. We call it front loading.
Front loading. Why is the morning so important?
Think about it. You've been asleep for, 7, 8 hours? You haven't had a single drop of fluid.
True.
But your body's been working. You've been breathing out moisture, maybe sweating a little. Your kidneys were working all night. You are waking up naturally dehydrated.
The system's been off, but evaporation has continued.
Yes. So the first thing most people reach for is coffee.
Guilty.
We'll get to coffee, I promise. But before that, you need to repressurize the system. The tactic is simple. A full glass of water.
Right away.
Keep it on the nightstand. Exactly. Before you check your phone, before anything else. It's like priming the pump for the day. You're starting in the green, not playing catch-up from the get-go.
Such a small change. Okay, so we're primed. What about the rest of the day, when things get crazy?
This is where we use something called the transition sip, or you can call it microsipping.
Transition sip. I like that. So you tie it to an
You
action.
tie it to an action. It's a behavioral trick. Every time you switch tasks, you take a few sips.
So like when I close my laptop,
Take a sip.
finish a phone call.
Take a sip. Walk from one room to another. Take a sip. You create this routine where you're not even thinking, I need to drink water.
It just happens.
It just happens. And the science behind it is better, too. It's about how your stomach empties. Small sips are absorbed steadily. The water actually gets to the tissues. It's not just triggering that kidney dump.
So you actually keep more of the water in your body.
Way more. You're maintaining your blood volume, your cognitive function, all day without overloading anything.
Okay, we have to talk about the giant roasted bean in the room. Coffee.
The big one.
So many people think I had coffee, so now I need to drink extra water to make up for it. What's the real story?
I have really good news for everyone who loves their coffee.
I'm ready.
That is a myth that just refuses to die. The research is very clear on this now. Coffee and tea absolutely count toward your daily fluid intake.
Really? But it is a diuretic, isn't it? It makes you pee more.
It is a mild diuretic. That's the key word. But the amount of fluid you get from that cup of coffee is much, much greater than the tiny extra bit you might lose from the diuretic effect.
So the net effect is still positive.
The net gain is hydration. You do not lose more than you drink. Plus, if you drink it regularly, your body adapts, and the diuretic effect gets even smaller.
So my morning latte is actually part of the irrigation.
It absolutely is. Now, I'm not saying you should only drink coffee all day, but for hydration, it counts.
What about sparkling water, the spicy water trend? Is that okay?
Just as good as flat water. There's zero evidence that carbonation gets in the way of absorption. If you like it, drink it.
Okay, so where's the line? What about sodas and juices?
That's the line. That's the villain. Sure, they have fluid technically, but they're packed with sugar and calories.
It's like watering your garden with syrup.
That's a perfect analogy. It's sticky. That high sugar concentration in your gut can actually pull water out of your tissues to try and dilute it. It's counterproductive.
So stick to water, tea, coffee. What about milk?
Milk is a fascinating one. Some studies suggest it might be even more hydrating than plain water.
Wait, how is that possible?
It's because of what's in it. Milk has natural electrolytes, like sodium and potassium, plus protein and fat. All of that slows down how quickly it leaves your stomach.
As it's like a time-release hydration.
Exactly. It gives your body more time to absorb the fluid. It hydrates you for longer.
I never would have guessed that. And here's another surprise from the research. We can eat our water.
Yes, this is the forgotten 20%.
Huh?
About a fifth of our daily water comes from solid food.
20% is a lot. That's a huge piece of the puzzle.
It is. So you can snack your way to better hydration. You just look for fruits and vegetables that are mostly water by weight.
Like watermelon.
The undisputed champion. It's basically a crunchy drink.
Yeah.
But also things like cantaloupe, strawberries, cabbage, squash.
And soups.
Soups, yogurts, custards. The water is trapped inside the food, so it gets released slowly as you digest. It's another form of time-release hydration.
So a bowl of soup for lunch is an actual hydration strategy.
A very effective one. It all adds up.
Okay, so we've got the strategy. We're front-loading, we're doing our transition sips, we're not afraid of coffee, and we're eating watermelon. How do we know if it's working?
Good question. Because as we said, thirst is too late.
Right. If you're thirsty, the soil's already cracking.
The soil's cracking. You need a better gauge, a better check engine light.
And I think I know what it is.
And it's a little personal, but it's the most reliable one we have. It's the color of your urine.
We're going there. What's the goal?
The goal is pale yellow, like straw. That tells you the irrigation system is running smoothly, there's enough water to dilute everything properly.
And if it's dark, dark yellow, amber.
That means the system is running dry. Your kidneys are holding on to every last drop of water they can. That's a clear signal you need to drink something right now.
Are there any false alarms, things that can throw off the color?
There are. B vitamins, like in a multivitamin, can turn it a bright neon yellow.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And certain foods, like beets, can be alarming if you're not expecting it. But generally speaking, lighter is better.
What about totally clear? Is that the ultimate goal?
No, actually, if it's consistently clear, like water, you might be overdoing it. You're just flushing your system too fast. That pale straw color is the sweet spot.
The Goldilocks zone again.
It always comes back to balance.
So to bring this all home for everyone listening, it's not about forcing yourself to chug a massive jug of water.
No, not at all. It's about treating your body like the incredible garden it is.
We want a steady, gentle flow, not a flood.
So we're going to front load with a glass of water first thing in the morning,
And use those transition sips all day long to keep the pressure steady.
remembering that your coffee counts and your snack can be a drink too.
It sounds so much more achievable when you break it down into these small habits instead of one giant goal.
And those small habits make a huge difference in how you feel and think every single day.
Before we sign off, what's one final thought you want to leave everyone with?
I think it's this. Just try to reconnect with your body's signals. The next time you feel that brain fog roll in, or you get a little bit irritable for no reason, or a dull headache starts,
Yeah.
before you reach for a snack or a painkiller, just stop for 1 second and ask yourself, when was the last time I watered the plants?
That's a fantastic question to ask. Is it really hunger, or is my garden just dry?
More often than you think, a simple glass of water is the answer you were looking for.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps up this deep dive into the science of hydration. We hope this helps you keep your irrigation system running smoothly.
It was a pleasure.
Stay healthy, stay hydrated, and we'll see you next time.